Is there any possibility to get away from the nearly defunct Federal Reserve System and back on a gold or gold and silver standard of currency?
I think Edwin Viera has some good ideas, like with state government, starting with maybe 10% with the gold bullion.
I think it was Kurt Vonnegut that said, whatever made you think paperwork was worth so much? Personally, I believe that getting the common, basic, everyday American to understand what real money is and what real wealth is and how it's acquired and how it's accrued and how it's used. And that is going on a precious metal standard where your coins may be only this big to start with, but they're real gold and they're real silver, and you can buy a loaf of bread with it. Okay? That's the only way we're going to get back to it. Okay? We've been taken over incrementally. They pointed it out in the movie. It's been incremental, thimbleful at a time. I'm one of those incrementalists that says, you know what? I believe we've kind of halted it almost into its tracks to where it's still bailing out here and there and still doing stuff, but we got so many people watching it. They're skidding on the brakes just a little bit, and we get it to where enough of us drag our feet on this merry-go-round, we will have it stopped and we can incrementally go back to direction. All right. I know a lot of people are going to disagree. Come on up here and say it to the camera.
I love the idea of local currencies.
Okay.
I personally, just that intuitively feels better to me.
A local currency of paper markers?
I don't want to go too
A local
And if you, I just saw this.
So instead of a big RICO, we can go to smaller local RICOs to where we know who personally who are ripping us off instead of people we see on TV they're ripping us off. No! How many people agree with me? Am I alone? Okay.
Somewhat.
Maybe somebody else should go up here.
Because God gave them the land, and God said it was okay to exterminate these people. And we're talking about millions and millions of people who were slaughtered, and their numbers greatly reduced. Well, what's the difference between that and we talk about the Islamic extremism? I don't understand that difference.
They told the Israelites the same thing when they went into Palestine and took away the land from the Palestinians.
It does sound familiar, doesn't it?
Except it was done before.
Well, I'm just saying, if we're guilty of it, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
I just want to put some real serious backup to what Tanya's saying. I've been going to these groups for, different sovereign groups for now since 1992, and it's really refreshing to hear her spit it out there and declare it as a balance to some of the things that, the more typical things we talk about in general, about sovereignty in general, and about the Constitution. That's all good. But I've got a lot of background in Indian law and culture going back about since 1989 now. I used to be a state commissioner. So yeah, everything she's saying is dead on. They had a lot of genocidal stuff going on under the guise of, Christian salvation of the savage class. So yeah, we need to balance that out and look at some of those things. And then the stuff about women, because I specialize in that area too, in law. So, that's totally, she's not way out on those comments.
Okay.
Let me say that, I'm sorry, you're going to say another question?
Yeah, I was going to go on. We got 3 more questions and a bonus question, and we're done with those. How were senators to the central government originally supposed to be chosen?
By the state.
By the state legislatures. Who's the most powerful public servant in the county? Is there a possibility of a peaceful revolution?
We also
Says, bonus question, at what point will you draw your line in the sand?
That's a hard one.
Huh?
I would say that line in the sand. I would say that line in the sand is when a government agent comes to your door, whatever government agent they be, and it offends you in such a way and at such a core level that you cannot even imagine living with yourself if they just are allowed to walk away. If you ever get to that point, that's the line in the sand. It can only be that well defined because everybody is different. But if you are so offended in every way in which you can cognitively imagine that this person would just escape if they left your door, that's the time.
And he deserves that Hawaii Ocean.
So are they gonna appeal this decision or what?
Is there anybody else that has any announcements that they'd like to say, or something that they'd like to say about the movie? Okay, I'm filming right now. This is going to Gary Franchi, the creator of the movie. He's going to put it on his website. Anybody would like to make comments about the movie, come right on up here. Say a word or two about the movie. Anybody?
Ask him if we'll ever see accountability.
Anybody? Nobody? I mean, it's just, okay, well, if nobody wants to say anything, well,
The first thing we need to do is get rid of the Federal Reserve and the IRS. That's what we need to start. If you get rid of them,
Yay! I agree. Yes.
that's a good one. Okay, well.
Good job, man.
Thank you. I'll take my turn. Gary Franchi, you're one hell of a good man, and we need a whole lot more in this country that are like you. Okay? God bless you. And anything I can do, you know how to get a hold of me. You let me know. I'm at your service. Thank you, everybody. Uh-oh. That was Detective Lacey of the Arizona